Welcome to this week's look at the state of the New York City real estate market. We're going to take a look at Manhattan and Brooklyn. We're also going to take a look at the luxury market, meaning properties that are priced at $4 million and above. I'm Julianne Bond, and I'm a residential real estate broker in New York City, where for over 20 years, I have helped buyers and sellers successfully navigate the often turbulent waters of New York City real estate. Each week, I bring you the latest news on the New York City market. I do it to keep you informed, whether you are actively in the market, thinking about entering the market, or maybe you're just curious about what goes on here. So let's talk about the luxury market in Manhattan. That means properties that are priced at $4 million and above. So let's see what happened with the contracts signed for the week of September 6th to 12th. Now, keep in mind, this is including Labor Day and the Jewish New Year. So still 27 contracts signed. That's pretty impressive. They were mostly condos. The condos definitely outsold the co-ops 18-5, and there were 4 townhouses in that mix of the 27 contracts signed. And this is kind of an interesting little factoid. So despite it being the Labor Day week and the Jewish New Year week, the luxury market topped the 2018 Labor Day week record of 20 contracts signed. So if you're keeping track, that's maybe something you would like to know. Number 1 contract signed was a condo. It was Penthouse W at 601 Washington Street. It was asking almost 33 million. It was a quadruplex. It has 7,172 square feet, and it has 6 bedrooms, 2 great rooms, 2 powder rooms, 2 landscape terraces, and a balcony that total over 1,600 square feet. The lower level has 4 bedrooms and a great room. And the middle floor has a large kitchen and a great room wrapped by the terrace. Upstairs is the master suite. And the top floor houses another living room, bedroom, and terrace. The 4 floors are serviced by a private elevator. Wow. There are some very nice amenities in this 9-story, 10-unit condo building. It has a concierge, fitness room, rooftop terrace, and storage. Wow, sorry about all that noise. Anyway, I'm going to just keep going. The buyers are a Tribeca family who've been kind of keeping an eye on this for the past several years. They saw it last year when it was under construction. They went back in March, and then they went back again after it was staged, and they fell in love with it completely, and they bought it. The number 2 contract was a townhouse. I love this story about this townhouse. 34 East 62nd Street. It was asking almost 20 million, 19.75 million. It was reduced from 32.5 million when it started marketing in December of 2017. What's interesting to me is that 2017 was like our top of our market, right? But very interesting. Clearly no buyers for it then. And it actually cycled through 2 different brokerage firms. So didn't sell in all of that time. Anyway, house is brand new. It was built with a French limestone facade and a mansard roof. It is constructed of steel and concrete. It has high quality infrastructure, mechanicals. It was left in what we call white box condition, meaning it's missing kitchen and bathrooms. It's intended really for someone to just come in, completely customize it. In 2006, The house was just, the original house was destroyed in a gas explosion. The owner, a doctor, blew it up, blew himself up. It was part of a nasty court battle in which the court had decided that the majority of the proceeds from the sale of the house were going to go to the wife. So he didn't like that and he blew it up. So now there's this empty lot, and in 2007, it sold for, I don't know, about 8 million. Then in 2015, it sold for about 12 million, and on and on and on until now. It has been, there's this new house, total white box. Be interesting to see what the new owners decide to do with that. One of the things that I think is kind of a fun fact about the original house, according to the New York Times, is it was once used by American spies over half a century ago. It has such an interesting history about when the spies lived there that author Gay Talese is currently at work on a book about the house, so I can't wait to read that. And okay, that's the luxury market. Wow, it was a little bit all over the place, but still pretty good week, wouldn't you say? For a Labor Day week and a Jewish New Year week, to have 27 contracts signed in the luxury market, 4 million and above, that's pretty impressive. Okay, I'm going to leave you with the quick stats. The total weekly asking sales price volume, 210,988,000. The average asking price was 7,814,370. The median asking price, sorry about the motorcycle, is 6,250,000. The average discount from original ask to last asking price is 9%. And the average days on the market, once again, very high number, 549. But, really, what do you expect with a luxury market? How many people have at least $4 million just hanging around in their pocket? And even if they did, don't you think they would want to, be sure they were buying the right thing? I would think so. Okay, that's it for the luxury market. So let's take a look at what happened in the Manhattan market from September 6th to the 12th. Well, we're starting to see more inventory coming on the market. We really didn't have a lot of inventory. Now we saw a pretty good sized jump. We have 715 new properties that have come on the market, and that is a change of almost 300%. So we'll have to see what happens over the next couple of weeks, because that's really going to be telling. But it is a very good thing, because our supply was really down in Manhattan and buyers just didn't really have a lot of choices. And so we really needed to see an uptick in that. But let's see how the contract signed or the pending activity is keeping pace in Manhattan for last week. So there were 223 contracts signed. That's up almost 4% from the week before. So this is a real kind of micro look at what's happening in the Manhattan market. So far, so good. We definitely needed more properties. We are starting to get those. Let's see what happens over the next few weeks. But I think for you buyers, this is some good news, because now you're starting to get more choices. Let's take a look now at what happened last week in Brooklyn with the Brooklyn market for the week of September 6th to the 12th. Now, understand that this included Labor Day. We were just coming off of Labor Day, and it also included the Jewish New Year. So these are statistics that you would think would be more impacted by these holidays. But in fact, here's what we saw going on in Brooklyn. And overall, I will just preface this by saying it seems that Brooklyn is continuing to outpace Manhattan in terms of the demand. But let's take a look at a real kind of micro piece of data for the Brooklyn market for last week. So there were 422 new properties that came on the market. That is an increase of about 114%. The contracts signed were up about 12%. So we're seeing more absorption in Brooklyn 178 contracts signed. Again, we're just at the beginning of the listing season for the fall. Let's see what happens over the next few weeks. But we definitely are seeing, let's say we're seeing a little kind of a flat supply. If we're looking at a bigger picture, let's say the month-long picture of Brooklyn, we're seeing a bit of a flat supply. So we have to keep an eye on that. Then definitely the pending activity, though, the contract signed, definitely picking up. So Brooklyn, for now at least, seems stronger than Manhattan. Let's keep an eye on it and see what happens. So thanks for joining me for this week's look at the state of the New York City real estate market. I do this every week, so feel free to subscribe and you'll get my weekly updates. Check out my social media accounts because I'm always posting about New York City real estate there. Let me know if you have any questions. You can post them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any real estate questions that you have. I'll be back next week with another State of the Market report in the meantime.